There's this electricity in the air when you're around, and it makes everything feel so much more intense. It's not fear, but a nervous excitement that holds me back from making the first move. I don't know what it is about you that makes me feel so nervous, but every time I think about approaching you, I freeze. It's like your personality is both a light that attracts me and a force that makes me unsure of how to handle it. The way you carry yourself, the way you speak, it all feels like it's too much for me to handle. And yet, I can't help but want to approach you, despite the nervousness that always seems to take over. There's something about your presence that makes me feel both excited and vulnerable. I want to approach you, but at the same time, I wonder if I'm even ready to handle the complexity of who you are. The closer I get, the more nervous I become, not because I doubt myself, but because your personality makes me feel like I might be stepping into something I can't fully comprehend or keep up with. Sometimes I think I should just go for it, take a chance and speak up. But your personality intimidates me in the most electrifying way, and I find myself too nervous to take that first step forward. The way you carry yourself makes me feel both small and empowered. It's a strange feeling, one that excites me but also makes me afraid to approach, afraid that I might not measure up to your greatness. I don't know why, but something about your personality makes it feel like a risk to approach, not because I fear rejection, but because I fear what might happen when I allow myself to truly connect with you. You have this incredible energy that's impossible to ignore, but it also makes me feel so small in comparison. I find myself hesitating, unsure if I could ever be the person you need or want me to be. Every time I try to approach, my nerves get the best of me. It's not that I don't want to talk to you, it's that your personality makes every moment feel like a test, and I'm not sure if I'm ready to take it. There's something about the way you hold yourself, the way you interact with the world, that makes me feel both awestruck and insecure. I want to approach you, but I can't seem to get past the nervousness that rises every time I try. It's strange how someone's personality can make you feel so many things at once: excited, nervous, and unsure of yourself. I've never felt this way before, and I'm unsure whether I should approach or just admire from a distance. Sometimes I feel like my nerves are holding me back from something wonderful. Your personality is both intimidating and inviting, and I don't know if I can find the courage to approach without feeling like I'm not enough. The thought of approaching you both excites me and terrifies me. Your presence is so captivating that I feel like I would lose myself in it. And yet, I can't help but wonder what it would be like if I finally dared to take that first step. Every time I try to find the right words, your personality seems to overwhelm me and I freeze. It's not that I don't want to connect with you, it's that I don't know how to meet your energy with my own. There's something about you that makes me feel like I'm standing on the edge of something credible and terrifying. I want to approach, but your personality makes it feel like a leap into the unknown, and I'm not sure if I'm ready. Your personality makes everything feel more intense. It's not a bad thing, but it makes me nervous because I'm not sure if I'm prepared to step into your world with all the energy and confidence that you exude. The closer I get, the more I realize how much I'm holding back. Your personality makes me nervous, but I can't tell if that nervousness is a sign that I should walk away or that I should take a leap of faith. There's something magnetic about you that draws me in, but your personality also makes me question if I'm capable of keeping up. The thought of approaching you fills me with both excitement and fear. I'm not afraid of you, but your presence makes me feel more aware of my own insecurities. It's as though your personality demands a level of confidence that I'm still working to fully find in myself. Every time I think about approaching you, my heart races. Your personality is so strong and magnetic, and it makes me feel like I'm not sure if I can match the energy you bring to the table. It's not that I don't want to approach you, it's just that every time I try, I feel like my words aren't enough. Your personality has such a commanding presence that I worry about coming across as less than what you deserve. The way you carry yourself makes everything feel more serious, more meaningful. Your personality makes me wonder if I'm prepared for the depth of connection that might come if I finally find the courage to approach. There are moments when your presence feels like an electric charge in the air, and I find myself unsure of how to approach without either igniting something beautiful or causing it to burn out too soon. Your personality has this unique power that makes every card feel heavier than it should. Every time I see you, my heart races with anticipation and hesitation. Your energy is captivating, but it's almost as if I'm waiting for a sign to know whether I'm worthy of being in your space. Sometimes I wonder if the butterflies in my stomach are a sign of excitement or nervousness. Your presence makes me question my own confidence, but it also makes me want to take the risk and be brave enough to approach. The more I get to know you, the more I realize how complex you are. Your personality is like a puzzle I'm afraid to solve because I fear the unknown pieces that might reveal sides of you I'm not prepared to handle. You have this way of making everything feel so much more intense, like a magnetic force that pulls me in, yet I hesitate because I fear I'm not prepared for what your attention might bring. There are days when I feel like I'm standing on the edge of something amazing, but your personality makes me second guess whether I have the courage to leap. It's not that I don't want to approach, it's just that I'm afraid of what might happen when I do. Your confidence, your charm, the way you carry yourself, it all makes me feel small, yet it pulls me closer. But there's a part of me that's too nervous to approach, unsure of whether I could ever live up to the energy you exude. I watch from a distance, mesmerized by the way you interact with the world, and it makes me feel both excited and uncertain. Your personality shines so brightly, but I wonder if I'm allowed to stand in your light. It's not that I'm scared of you, it's that your presence makes me so acutely aware of my own vulnerabilities. Every step I take toward you feels like I'm exposing parts of myself that I'm not sure you're ready to see. I often find myself caught between wanting to approach and retreating because your personality is so magnetic, so intimidating, that I'm unsure if I'll be able to express myself in a way that matches your energy. There's something about your aura that makes me freeze in place. It's not fear, but the realization that your personality holds so much power that it makes me unsure of what I'm walking into if I dare to approach. Every time I try to gather the courage to talk to you, it feels like my mind goes blank. Your personality is so captivating that it leaves me feeling exposed and unsure of how to be anything other than just a spectator in your world. I often wonder if you even notice me, or if I'm just another person in your crowd. Your personality has this magnetic pull, and it's both exhilarating and terrifying to think about approaching you and opening myself up. I can't help but feel drawn to you, yet I stand frozen in uncertainty. Your presence, your confidence, everything about you makes me nervous to speak, even though I can't help but wonder what would happen if I did. You make me feel like I'm standing on the edge of something life-changing. Your energy is so captivating, and yet I find myself hesitating because I wonder if I'm brave enough to step forward and face whatever comes next. There's a fear inside me when it comes to approaching you. It's not fear of rejection, but the fear of being overwhelmed by your intensity. Your personality makes me question if I could ever be enough in your presence. When I'm around you, I feel this heightened sense of everything. Your charisma, your energy, it's all so much to take in, and I find myself hesitating, unsure of whether I can live up to the person you seem to need me to be. I often catch myself trying to find the right words to say. But when you're near, everything seems so insignificant compared to the gravity of your personality. I'm nervous because I don't know how to express the way you make me feel without sounding like a fool. You have a way of making everything feel amplified. The way you laugh, the way you speak, the way you hold yourself. It makes approaching you seem like both a thrilling possibility and an overwhelming challenge. I feel this pull towards you, but it's not just attraction. It's a mix of awe and insecurity. Your personality is so large and so bright that I can't help but wonder if I'm even worthy of standing beside it. Every time I think about talking to you, I feel like I'm facing an invisible barrier. Your presence is so intense, your personality so magnetic, that I fear I might not be able to handle what happens next. I catch myself staring, wondering what it would be like to simply say hello. But the moment I think of doing so, my nerves take over because your personality has such a powerful effect on me.